is Julia Williams, the leadership strategist. She's the author of Jeweled Seasons and the host of a podcast called Let's Talk About It with Jules by Jules. Julia she's passionate about helping others develop an innovative and authentic understanding of who they are and how they lead through holistic, strategic methods that integrate the mind, body, soul, and spirit. She equips the next generation of leaders, especially women, to rise into their natural leadership and pursue their dreams one step at a time. Based in the DFW, Texas area, Julia brings insight, inspiration, and practical wisdom to every stage. Julia, I am so glad that you're going to be preparing for us and taking us and letting us know that there is a strategy to leadership. Take it away, Julia.
Well, thank you, Miss K. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Well, we've come. It's a good day. And I am just like Corey. I love practical applications. I love people communicating because guess what? We're doing this on video and we need your interaction to help us keep moving. So without further ado, I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to take a deep breath in, a deep breath out, a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. That was for me, not for y'all. I'm just joking. It's for all of us, just to get ready to relax ourselves for what you're about to hear today. So I want another exercise. I want you guys to close your eyes, put your hand on your head, and I want you to say, I have a sound mind. All right. And I want you to say it louder, like you're in the Carnegie Hall and you're in the front row, and you need to hear the person in the back needs to hear you. So I need you to scream it so loud and say, I have a sound mind. And then last but not least, you're on the top of the Empire State Building, and all the person down the street, they need to hear you. I have a sound mind. Awesome. The reason why I am telling you to declare that right now is because we're going to clear those mind things that we got going on in our mind. And sometimes things happen that causes us to not have a sound mind. Like so many things happen. So before I dive in, let me just share a little thing about myself and we'll go from there. So I am not originally from Texas. So I'm not like Corey or Frederica from Crockett, Texas. I'm not a Texan. So this cold weather just messed me all up. You know, it's been messing me up since I moved here. But I moved from Trinidad and I came to America and I decided to move to Texas. You know, sometimes things happen. But last year, something terrible happened. Well, depends on how you look at it. And that's why we're going to talk about mindset is everything. Last year, I was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer, breast cancer. And when I was diagnosed with that, the first thing that happened in my mind is, come and say, what now? I'm not used to that. What are you talking about? I am a faith person. I believe in who God is. Sickness can't come to me. So how is that coming to attack my body? And I was like, no, this doesn't make any sense. And then I went through phases of shock, hurt, and disappointing. And because it affects everything in your body, it affects your mind first, and then it works your way down. And so I went through frustration, anger, fear, finally surrender, and I had to let it go. So I'm going to talk to you guys about my process in going through this whole thing, okay? So imagine me hearing this story about getting breast cancer. The shock factor in your mind tells you you can't get through this. This is a life-threatening disease. And so when you're going through that, it gets you in the place of, I can't do this. I don't know because it affects your blood. It affects your vision. It affects your body. It affects even everything that, as a woman, as you desire, including having children, it affects all of that. Chemotherapy affects all of these things. So, what I had to do was remind myself in my mind, who am I? When you know who you are in your mind, it transcends into your entire body. So, I want you to, if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down. My mind is stronger than my body. And I'm going to say it again. My mind is stronger than my body. When you have a great mind, it allows you to flow into things that you're supposed to do. It flows in a place where you get into a space and you begin to meditate who you are. Because when you don't know who you are, you cannot fight the battle that is coming against you. I want you to write down this other point. Remember the warrior that's inside of you. You are worth fighting for. When you are a warrior, you know every one of us has a warrior inside of us. Every one of us has a fire that's inside of us. And I'm here to encourage to the person that is probably going through something right now, that's probably going through some sort of illness, that's probably going through some form of tragedy in their life. Something has to do with kids, that has to do with work, that has to do with all things. Guess what? When you sit there and you know who you are, you can overcome the battle. They always say the biggest battle is your mind first, and then everything happens after. It happens the battlefield of your mind. Okay. So I went through this place of hurt, and it was like, why me? I asked that question once. Once. Why me? And I got to the understanding that sometimes when you go through a process in your life, you are what's called a pioneer or a bridge for some people on behind you. Just like Corey talked about earlier, about the kids are seeing us as examples and models. When you are going through stuff and you are actually walking things out, you are also a model for somebody else who is needing that same strength that you have. And if you allow yourself to be a person as a guidepost or a signpost to somebody else so they can know that they can get through what they need to get through, trust me and believe you me, it is worth it. Do I like the fact that I had breast cancer? Absolutely not. Did I like losing my hair? Absolutely not. But guess what? The hair is growing back. The mindset is growing back. When you go through things, things may happen, but guess what? If you pick yourself up and remind yourself who you are, you're going to get through what you're going to get through. It starts with the mind. Mindset is everything. Doesn't matter. Mindset is every single thing. I went through a place of frustration. Frustration, frustration, frustration. Meaning, I used to get tired all the time. I forgot stuff sometime. And in the field of work that I do, I can't afford to forget stuff. I'm a paralegal. I can't forget stuff. So therefore, when I'm at work, you can't forget nothing. So I was frustrated. But then I remind myself, I have a sound mind. And if I have a sound mind, therefore I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And so that's what happens in the mind. You allow yourself to push past these very things. Then there's a place of shame that you go through. When I lost my hair was, I felt like I couldn't, I had long hair. Like Corey. Like Corey got some long hair back here, she got some length hair. My hair was long, like long. And then all of it went. And so I was like, nobody ain't gonna, this is my bald head. I don't want the bald head. But you know what? I woke up one morning and someone told me one day, and she said, if you look in the mirror, and this is for every person in this room, look in the mirror and tell yourself 5 things about what you love about yourself. What you're doing is you're counteracting the very thing that the negative things that you're saying about yourself. You're now counteracting that very thing, and you're saying, you know what? I like my bald head. I look fly. I am so good. I don't care what anybody says. I got this and then some, better than I was before. So it's like you have to now counteract those things and make sure that when the negative things come, you now have five things to combat it. So when they said, "Oh, you don't look cute today," say, I look fly and I look great today. Thank you very much. Okay? Okay. And then the next thing, I got angry because now I'm not fighting against myself. I'm fighting against the very thing called cancer that decided to come in my world. I'm sorry, I have my fist up because that means I'm always ready for a good fight. My mama done taught me I need to not fight people, but I use it for good things now. Good things, good things, good things. So I had to remind myself what I had to fight and who the fight is against. It's not against me. It's against the very thing that's coming against me because it's now entered into my territory. Again, mindset is everything. If my mind is on, I'm going to knock this thing out, I'm going to knock this thing out with every single way I can. So my anger now is now not against me or what other people, it's about the very thing that is affecting me. And now it's going to allow me to now see things from a different perspective. Okay. Fear. Now, this is I'm going to stay on this for a little bit for the people. Fear to me in this scenario was one, who is going to like me or love me for who I am with all the scars that comes with going through breast cancer. The scars, the marks, the tiredness, the everything, the thing that's affect who I am as a woman, having children, being married, these things become effective. And then you go around and you're looking, and everywhere you turn, left, right, down the line, you look and you see people dying left and right, dying. I have never seen so many people die from cancer from the moment I got diagnosed last year to even this round to this year, that so many people have died from cancer. And so now I had to had the plaguing, this thing is going to kill me. I'm not going to be able to have children. I'm not going to get married, or I'm not going to have, my mom is going to bury her child, or it's just so many things that come at you. But here's the thing again, mindset is everything. I had to flip my mind and say, listen, it may take them out, but it's not going to take me out. I have something that I need to do here on this earth. And if it's not my time, it's not going to happen. And so, therefore, you have to tell yourself when sickness or trauma or whatever is going on in your life, it is only but for a season. Let me tell you, it's only for a season and time. If you allow yourself to think for yourself and allow yourself to see things from a different perspective, it is only for a season and time. And now you have to look at it on the other side. I heard somebody say one day, when you're going through any form of trauma, hurt, pain, frustration, everything, you have to look yourself on the other side of the situation. What I mean by that is what I saw myself on the other side of having this thing that I got going on is now I see myself being fully clean and healed from cancer. I see myself married. I see myself with children. I see myself running, doing what I have to do. If you don't put yourself in that mindset of going beyond that, then you're not going to get any further. I'm telling you, mindset is everything. All right. The last thing is surrender. Surrender to me means it's not giving up. Everyone thinks surrender means giving up. It really isn't. Surrender is I am willing to do this because I have to. But my surrender, like I'm gonna use, see, I'm pulling Curry because Corey went before me. I'm pulling her word resilience. There is a thing called resilience in surrender. It's not called about, I'm not giving up. I have to fight this. I'm gonna push through this. I'm gonna get through this. But you know what? I don't wave the white flag for nobody else. I'm still standing because I allow myself to do what I need to do. Because here's the thing, it's not about me, it's about the people that are around me. It's about the people that is there, the people that we are called, like every person in our lives, whether you're a mother, a teacher, a pastor, or a leader, a coach, a therapist, mothers alone, let me tell you something. Y'all are amazing. Fathers, amazing. It is about the willingness to see the people that are around you and going, getting in and out of the very thing that you're in and stepping into a new place of knowing I can do this because mindset is everything. Now, I say all of that loveliness to tell you guys, like, listen, there is a process. And I wrote a book about it somewhat. And before this happened, I had a book about it. And the book I wrote was called Jeweled Seasons. And it talks about the process we go in life. Processes in life tend to mess us up because we don't know where we are. And sometimes we focus on things that we're not even supposed to be focusing on. We get so stressed about so many things. But if you know where you are, you will tend to move to go to very things the way you need to go through. So the first process is called the diamond season. Now, the diamond season messes you up because your mind is like, I don't understand what I'm doing, where I'm going, what I'm feeling, what I'm going through. But that's the place where you are, if you're willing to allow your mind to be renewed, you go to the next place. Allow your mind to be renewed. And I mean it in a way where you sit down and you have a moment and you take a deep breath in and a deep breath out and you see where you are and see how is the way that you're going to accomplish these things. The next season is called the pearl season. The pearl season is where you find yourself in a hidden space where you feel like no matter what you're doing, nothing seems right. But you know what? There is times where you need to sit back and just write down the ideas, the concepts, and the strategies to allow yourself to see things holistically and how that works and how that manifests and how that implements in every single thing that you do. And then when the right time comes, you hit the ruby season. Now, the ruby season is the season where you're like, I'm on edge and I know I got to do this. I know I have to do this. But then again, mindset is everything. Do does your mind is your mind ready for the next step? Is your mind ready for the next place? Is your mind ready to receive everything that you're supposed to receive? And then last but not least, we have the emerald season. Now, the emerald season is my favorite season. Why? Because you're on the other side of the fence. You are on the other side. Because now on this side, you are allowing yourself to like birth the very thing, or you are a declaration for somebody. You are a signpost for somebody, and you are able to do what we're doing right now in this moment, sharing and exalting and releasing and giving knowledge to the people that don't may not understand. But that's what we're doing here. This is an emerald season. This right here is a season where we're allowing what we know and bring it to you, the individuals, to know, like, listen, it can be done. Trust me, it can be done. I am a walking product that if you're hit with a disease, that at the end of the day, if you have a mindset flip, I'm going to tell you right now, as I took chemo, every person that saw me could not understand why I looked the way that I look. You know why? Mindset is everything. I walked in there with the understanding that, yes, I may not understand what's going through my body. But what I do know is that this is not going to take me out and I am going to the next place. That's what that's about. So I'm going to wrap up in my moments, but when I wrap up, I'm have a couple of things on how to walk it out. Okay. First things, when you're going through the trauma and you're going through things in life that tends to throw us curveballs. You know, they always say, if life gives you lemons, some people say lemonade, I say lemon bars. I have a sweet tooth, okay? Or lemon cake. You know, life give you all that stuff, right? First things first, my suggestion for you, write it down. What it does is it gives you your mind a clear space to write down your thoughts. It writes down your emotions. You write down the anger. You write down the frustration. You write down everything. And it's just, here's the thing, your journal is just between you and yourself. You write it down. You express how you feel with tears and all. I can tell you the amount of journals I have with tear stains because of how I feel and how I was expressing who I am and what I was going through. Because once you get it out on paper, it's no longer stuck in here. It's no longer in here, it's now on paper. And so therefore it can't clog your mind because now you have a clear mind, right? You're now allowing yourself to do that. Second thing, go take a walk. I know some of us may not be able to take a walk because it's cold outside in Florida. I mean, Texas. I said Florida because Florida is cold too. But in Texas, it's quite cold. But I'm saying, go take a walk. Go sniff the fresh air. Experience nature. Let the breeze blow in your face, except it's summer and then it gets really hot. But then we'll figure something else out when there. But enjoy the walk. Third, learn something new. Learn to speak a new language. Cook some risotto if you don't know how to make risotto. Learn how to make pizza. I don't know. Learn something new. You know, learn to build a computer. I don't know how fascinating you guys want to go. Go learn something new. Why? It is taking your mind off of what's going on into something practical. Learn pottery, something. I'm just throwing ideas for y'all. And I want to leave you with this. Remember the warrior inside of you. You are worth fighting for. Fighting is all in the mind. Are you willing to be taken out, or you're willing to take the thing that's trying to take out? Meaning, if you're willing, are you willing to take out? So if you want that thing to take you out, are you going to take that thing out? Right? And remember, finally, mindset is everything. Thank you so much for your time.